Gets set to match up between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
On first down, it's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Now that's the way to open up a game on defense. Back-to-back sacks. We know that someone's come to play today.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Here we go. Like 20! Walk the run. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Wide.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Leads to third down and 1.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's got Snead. Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, 42 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Yard gain on the play. And it's
Ready.
third down.
Level 20. Check. No. Check right. Look at him.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
It's fourth down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here comes Carter. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
This pass into the arms of Snead. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
12.
At the Texans' 37-yard line.
Kill. Hey, gun.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Garoppolo. Snead's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Willie Snead with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
21. Here we go. Joker. Watch out.
Now a give, right side. Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage? Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead is swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Stafford here, coming off his pick-6. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
A man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Robinson's got it. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. And this is incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got him. Check it out, Reed. Whip. 11. Switch.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's got his man, that's Snead. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Let's go. Do it.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Stafford. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Garoppolo now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Stafford. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick 6 there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
The Texans take over first and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So we're at halftime of the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night of 2019. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
The Saints take over first and 10.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
I'm coming. Watch twist. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Undercrush.
Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
What we got? Check 50.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
11. I got this.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 24. He's coming. We got double up.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field.
Here we go.
Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Mike, check. 59.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. On the return, Carter. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Let's set a tone, fellas. 65.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Here we go.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. Kamale Correa. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I got you.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Well, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
What were we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Patrick on Wassor. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Check 99. Check 13. Check 13.
Now Garoppolo. It's complete to Snead. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's Jacobs. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, it's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check it back, check it back. 12, fellas, here we go.
The first carry now for Alex Collins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And open here is Hogan. He's got it. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. This is caught at the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Come to my world. Omaha, ready to move.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Tighten up. I got this. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Collins, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Sing on the slot. Right there, 54. Go. 54, Mike. Yeah, that's what I do.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He uncorks it for Snead. Oh, wide open, complete. Past the 20, 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. And it's incomplete. Still time left, though. 2 seconds remaining now in the fourth quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense